Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. Start your week by installing your game plan. Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. Start your week by installing your game plan. An offensive and defensive game plan has been pre-selected based on your weekly opponent tendencies. Change your game plan anytime before starting. Each week, you can focus train 3 players. Once you've made your game plan, choose to start training and head.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it. What? 20! Hey, you know what, men? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary and gets me even more excited? We're only scratching...
This is the player card. Here you can see your player's strengths and weaknesses by looking at their archetype ratings. You have grades for each position that browse available players to improve your team. Easily see how many players you need to... Here are some recommendations to get you started.
Tonight, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Thursday.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Kaepernick now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Kaepernick to Hyde on the draw. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Carlos Hyde, 47 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next.
Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jalen Richard now on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Richard on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Richard. He's got daylight. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense. Don't do us like that.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The first down pass.
CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got.
Rolling to his right, and he's going to keep it here.
Mariota on the keeper.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Seahawks have recovered.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. First down, a run with Hyde. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Complete in the end zone.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down.
They go play action for Hyde. Now Kaepernick. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score Seahawks 20.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here comes Richard on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Richard on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So we have reached halftime, and boy, a rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime.
20.
All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3.
Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see it when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
10 at the 44.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
For David Moore.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Past the Carlos Hyde. See you later. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Carlos Hyde. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
That'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
39 yards there, a big one.
Raiders.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. The 30, 10, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mariota to throw it. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Richard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jordan Brooks bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Dancing to his left. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just...
Carlos Hyde, see you later. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Carlos Hyde, 62 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That's the end of
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Mariota. It's caught. Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
13 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They start the drive with Hyde. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
The tackle.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 53 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
For Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes Richard on the return. And he returns this to the 22.
Jalen Richard on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
And this showing really not a good one on either side of the ball, but still 3 more preseason games to follow and a lot to play for here for the guys on the field now.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now the Seahawks will bring the offense back onto the field, and they'll go for 2. Off the play fake to Hyde. Here's Kaepernick to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25.
So out come the Raiders.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter.
First down, Mariota. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. That's complete to Richard, the running back. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Jalen Richard. A fumble on the play.
He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
36 yards.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He has really been buoyed here by a strong running attack. They've been great on the ground.
And have enjoyed the entire process because oftentimes when you're running the football well, that's much more of a team effort. Everyone has to come together to make it work. Offensive line, wide receivers, the tight ends when they're on the field, maybe an extra running back leading. It is a really nice thing to see, a team type of thing. And guess what? Quarterback, he got out of the locker room a whole lot faster after this game. The interviews are going to go to the running back.
Yeah, now we hit the home stretch here in the 4th with their lead. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
4-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Kaepernick looking to throw. He's got this one complete to John Ursua. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Mariota. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll take it at the 42.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
17 yards.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And on the left side, he's got Witten.
Tonight's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle. You have an injury from the last game. See how long they'll be out. Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game.
hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
Hey, man, listen, great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team.
Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's week 2 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
On first down, Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
now a give right side. It's Carson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out now comes 2-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the Houston Texans to a Super Bowl.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
At their own
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
That's a 45-yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Short of the goal line.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson keeping it himself from a yard out. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
Offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Watson. Now he's forced out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now it's Lockett. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a man on his 5th franchise in 3 years. It's Carlos Hyde. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give, right side. Carson, and some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 33 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
22. Texans, nothing.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Watson. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Lockett. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And that will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He gives it off to Carson.
20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. On second down, Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Screen play, Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now a first down throw, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air yet again. Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. 12 yards there and a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The first down carry here for Johnson. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Makes the score Seahawks 28. Texas.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First down, Seattle.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And the Seahawks.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Seahawks.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Texans' 8-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after 8. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Texans 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brings up 2nd.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
That's good.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's McCarron. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Seahawks. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, 26 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that play was run exactly as it was drawn up. He followed his blockers all the way into the end zone. Good vision by the runner behind terrific blocking.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this one. No, okay.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And McCarron will try again on second. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the...
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Working from the gun here, McCarron firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
The 43-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
A gain of a yard.
David Johnson, we remember, has played exclusively in the NFC West with Arizona to this point in his career. So this defense very familiar with trying to stop the now Texans running back. On 2nd and 9, McCarron. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From midfield, here's McCarron. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And on for the field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
41, Texans 6.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. And this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Down, Seattle.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
A gain of 4.
The Carlos Hyde, now of the Seahawks, but he was a member of these Texans a year ago. Sort of resuscitated his career as he went for over 1,000 yards for the first time in 6 NFL seasons.
Complete to number 19. A gain of 15.
Remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown.
Colin Kaepernick, 27 yards. And this offense is running away with this one as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And he's brought down.
Makes the score Seahawks 49.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2, You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Seahawks.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd and goal now, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Steps away. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Texans.
And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
And the Seahawks defense heads back out there now. They've played excellent. Another stop here, that would just be the icing on the cake.
You definitely want to finish things off the way it's gone throughout the day, and it's gone awfully well for them. They don't want to give up any type of a fluke, any type of a big play here. That'll leave a bad taste in their mouth as they go in and celebrate.
Yeah, they want that good cake taste, right?
No doubt about it. That 6-layer cake.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Carlos Hyde, see you later. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for two. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Shotgun snap for McCarron. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On first down, McCarron. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's McCarron. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now McCarron. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. Pressure comes, but it doesn't prevent him from getting off a good one here. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Can't do that.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Texans 6.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From
Hey boys, coming out of yesterday's practice, we all know it wasn't good enough.
What? Bulletin! What? What? Move 15! What? Move 15! I remember sleeping with my ribs down. Yeah, that's hot, hot! I remember sleeping with my ribs down. What? I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get it right. Watch it work, watch it hate, watch it work, can't relate. Watch it out the mud, out the dirt, above the water. Out the game, on site, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding since a youngin', they told me my timing was coming. I've been hustling with no fun to get all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA when it's sunny. I've been eating since a youngin', since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother. I show. 380! Cut! Cut! 190! Cut! Cut! 315! Cut!
Hey, big fella, swing over here. Let's talk. We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you...